comedy on a Monday night? Whoa, look at you guys. First try. I didn't even need to prime you with a little request to do a little back and forth. No, you guys are hot to start. I love that. Welcome, good to see you. It's a Monday night, which means it's time for the Comedy Simulator. Whose first time is it here at the Comedy Simulator? I love it, I love it. Welcome, thank you so much for coming. You were probably told about this by one of your weird friends. We love your weird friends. We're happy to. There's a weird friend right there. Weird friend. Hey, I know that weird friend. Wonderful. So the Comedy Simulator is a simulated comedy experience, not quite a comedy show. What does that mean? Well, we are not real comedians. You are not a real audience member. What does that mean? Nobody asked you for money, so lower your expectations. That's what that all means, friends. This is open mic style comedy. We're taking joy in the victories. We're taking joy in the defeats, too. Making it fun the entire time. We're going to pretend like we're the best comedians on the planet. All we need you to do is pretend like you're the best audience members on the planet. And everything will work. We'll fake it till we make it, right? That's how it works. We all know that. We've all dated on Maui. That's how it works. Fake it till you make it. Audience member of the night. If you're a good audience member all night long, stay till the end of the show, you have a chance of winning this free hot sauce made by High Spice Hot Sauce locally. It's the papaya jerk. All the flavors of Jamaica with Maui-grown ingredients. I made the bottle, I made the sauce with my hands. The number 73 is written on this batch. I wrote that with my fingers. That's how you know we're good with the sauce. Oh, I almost dropped that. Comedian of the night, you will be splitting the tips with me tonight, so we'll be collecting tips later. Whoever the audience decides is the comedian of the night will get to split it with me. That's your chance to make some money. Also, we have the bomb hat. If anybody has a particularly bad set tonight, when they get off stage, if the audience does quietly chant bomb, 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 then the comedian has to wear this hat. This is not a defeat. This hat is not a defeat. If you see somebody wearing this hat, buy them a drink. Follow them on Instagram. Be a part of their climb, not a part of their failure, all right? This is a turning point. That's what this hat represents. Also, I spent $45 on it on Etsy, and nobody's really worn it yet, and it kind of makes me sad. All right, tonight's theme is new material, so all comedians will be trying to do some of their newest jokes. We're just going to be winging them at you. That's how the show works. You guys ready to get it started? Yeah! You guys ready for me to begin the simulation? Begin simulation. All right. I just got back to Maui last week, actually. I was on the mainland on tour, and one of my favorite things to do in a big city when I'm not in Maui is to order Uber Eats late night. Can't do that here on Maui, right? Once 9 o'clock, 9:30 hits, it's like, hurrah, nobody's gonna give you your food. Good luck. You got 3 places, that's all you're gonna eat tonight, right? Not in Chicago. Everything's open forever. So I hit my Uber Eats, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to them Italian beefs. I heard a lot about that in Chicago. Ordered an Italian beef, it's like, this is a mile and a half away. It'll be there in 12 minutes, and your delivery driver is gonna be on a bike. And I'm like, oh, city living on a bike. Let's see this shit. I wanna see it. So I'm like timing him. It says 10 minutes. We're on the 22-minute mark. And he's about to round the corner, and I'm about to fucking rip into this guy. I'm like, get a fucking car, you know, whatever. I was about to talk shit. He rounds the corner. He's not on a bike. He's on a wheelchair. Ooh, I gotta fix that star rating I just gave you. That's back to 5 stars. My energy went from where the fuck were you to like, you did so good, so quick. I'm like, wow. 22 minutes for a mile and a half, is that a record? Jeez, buddy. It's funny, when I was paying him out too, I noticed he had really nice Jordans on. I was like, damn, dude, those are some nice shoes. He's like, I got them 6 years ago. They just don't get dirty. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's where my sneakers that I'm selling go to. I was wondering. I'm tired of this the service dog issue where people are still getting mad that people are bringing dogs where they don't belong, and people are still trying to bring their dogs. I think we just need to widen this results assistant. His name is Rufus. You're like, oh, that's a dog's name. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're like, please be like a Frenchie or something, like something ugly. Like, don't be... And a corgi comes in, and you're like, oh no, a corgi! Oh, that's cancer, right? Corgis. They're the cutest dogs on the planet. And then a second corgi comes in, you're like, a second corgi? No! What does that mean? You're like, relax, sir. The second corgi is a service dog. Like, oh, thank God. What service does it provide? It's like, he can detect cancer. No, no. These are new jokes. Let's see. I was working on stuff too. Hold on, I lost my track on my new joke. It's all right. I'll tell an old one. We'll just get back to it.
I thought it'd be a good idea to load this device with DMT and go to the porn store. So, I don't know if you guys been to San Francisco or not, but it's the most shadiest place in the fucking world. It's where vampires live, let alone the porn store. So I go to the porn store, and I want to go to the video arcade. What the video arcade is a secret room in the back with a bunch of predators, and where you get to watch pornos on the screen. So I go into the porn store, and there's some curtains hanging to a hallway going to this porn store. I haven't taken the DMT yet. I push the curtains, and by the time I get halfway down this hallway, which is about 20 feet long, halfway through, I look back, and there's about 10 to 15 guys waiting, following me to give me a blowjob. In front of them is a tranny about 6'5", and this tranny, his name was Tammy, guided me to the end of the hallway to the secret door and opened the door. And so I stepped down into this area where on the right is 10 doors, and on the left is 10 doors. Each behind each door. I'm really nervous. You guys got to give me a second. This isn't easy. This isn't easy. I wanted to do the most embarrassing, scary, legal, and healthy thing in celebration of being 2 months clean from meth, and this is it right now. So I'm shaving 12-minute bit into 5 minutes, and this is not easy. You're killing it. Thank you, guys. So I stepped down into this dungeon with all 10 guys behind me waiting to suck my dick. And the tranny touches me on my shoulder and says, "Hey, don't be nervous, over here." So she picks the far 10th door, and I enter that door into the porn booth. She picks the booth next to me. How much time do I have left? Okay. So keep in mind I have DMT in my pocket, and I'm all hopped up on meth. So I'm in this porno booth. Tranny next to me, super fucking hot, like 6'5", big tits, beautiful fucking tranny. In the hole, and I hear this whisper, "Your balls too, baby." Of course I do it. No one's looking, only God can see me. So I grab the balls, put them in the hole too, and she's giving me the best blowjob I've ever had in my whole fucking life. I'm sorry, Kristen. Let's not forget I got DMT in my pocket. Just before I orgasm, I take a huge hit off of DMT, and it just so happened, coincidentally, not only did I break through, but when I came, the DMT hit, and I blast through. Whatever you guys think reality is that. I cannot explain to you what I experienced, but the best way to put it is that you can bow to Jesus, praise Allah, chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, be a fucking namaste, spiritualist, whatever. None of that fucking matters. All of you guys have a private ticket to Avalon. No matter what you do, no matter what sin you have, you are all good enough. All of you are good enough. So, I'm out of my body for 8 minutes, experiencing divinity. When I return, not only do I return, I'm getting my dick sucked. And I'm sobbing, crying with joy. I'm so thankful for what I experienced. And then not only did I get my dick sucked, I got to come again. So let's wrap it up. 12 minutes to 5. So, I made the 5-block walk in San Francisco back to my house and got into bed with my Christian, super judgmental ex-girlfriend and had the best night of sleep I've ever had. Not to mention, I went back to the porn store about 10 times and never saw Tammy again. She is my angel. Thank you guys. I love you all for helping me get through this. This is a major, I love you. And thank you for doing this. I love you, Kristen.
Give it over, Maggie! We all have a ticket to Avalon in our pockets. All you gotta do is go to a glory hole and hand yourself to a 6'8". No, joking. Wow. Wow. I feel like everybody felt something during that set, right? That's not just the DMT talking, right? We all felt something. Connected, we're trauma bonded at the very least. I feel like we all just went to an NA meeting for the first time. So sorry to the young fellas. You just like, what the fuck is he talking about? You know, have a couple of dreams fail on you and see where you end up. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Are you a rock star? You a musician? You jam?
Music producer.
Music producer, I knew it. you can't live like that.
Vinyl DJ.
Ah, there it is. There it is. He's a spinner. That's how we know. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, your next performer is not what we just saw. He runs the Tuesday Night Mike in Kihei. He's one of our favorite guys to be around. You know him, you love him. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Morgan!
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Man, I don't know what we just saw. I'm gonna have a little disclosure though. I was born in San Francisco, so I take a little bit of issue, and it's kind of cool being from there. But then again, I hated it 30 years ago, and I've been living here ever since. So you'll figure that one out. Who lives here? You guys visiting? You guys live here? You live here? Yeah. We haven't seen you in a while, so I thought maybe a lot of people have been traveling around, seeing the world, seeing things. I live vicariously through the Instagram. Like I'll watch them travel and I watch what they do, and I'm getting a lot of material coming across my feed about airplane fights. And I know like UFC and mixed martial arts is all a thing, and that cage fighting, they're going to have that on the White House lawn soon. And I don't even think the ratings could be that much better than if you had like a whole channel devoted to airplane fights, because over here you have UFC, you have like two trained individuals, they're going to get in a cage and fight. But over here, you have two untrained individuals getting in a metal tube with other people right there, and they're, one of them's a bloated dad from Wisconsin, and the other one is a mother who's been on her 4th flight of the day. Who's gonna win, right? And then they just start blowing and punching people, and it's crazy because no one understands why they get in trouble for this. They always film to the end when that person gets like met with the air marshal, and they're like, air marshal? Really? Like, why? Just because I uppercut somebody who worked here? Like, they think they're gonna like do that shit, and then they're gonna sit back down in their chair and take the flight. And they're like, no, you're getting off this flight. Yeah, it's amazing. So anyway, a little disclaimer. I had a nightmare though the other night that disco was making a comeback. And at first I was afraid, then I was petrified. No, sorry. And then the other thing I was thinking about is like the space travel. Recently a few celebrities went up in a rocket, and they were there for like, 30 seconds, or maybe it was like 3 minutes, maybe, right? And they're up there, and if suddenly they come back to Earth, it all went well, they didn't explode. But now they're astronauts. And like Katy Perry, she went to space for 3 minutes, and now she's an astronaut. I mean, if 3 minutes makes you an astronaut in space, I'm a gynecologist. Thank you. Solid joke. There's just these things out loud. I'm selling a bed, so I keep checking my phone, and it's funny because people will throw down $700-800 to spend a night in a hotel here on Maui, a bed that's been slept in thousands of times by thousands of different people. But I can't give away a queen-size mattress on Marketplace for free. You know? It's like, it's free. I'll deliver it. No takers. Okay, it's clean. I promise. Nobody peed on it. Let's see, and it doesn't even smell. But you know, I started telling people about eating dried grapes. You know, it's raising awareness. Thank you. You guys are too kind. I appreciate that. Man, I mean, after the first guy, we didn't know that this was an intervention. So I appreciate the attention given to our first guy to kick it off, because it's not easy. You know, it takes a little bit of nerve and it takes a little bit of talent or a little luck to get up here and say the right thing. You can't just be up here and be like, dick, pussy, snot, shit, fuck, goddamn, bye-bye, suck my dick. You know, it doesn't work like that. You can't get a laugh saying that. You know? Sorry.
Started laughing.
Well, maybe I can. Let's see. And I got about a second left here, and I just want to shout out to all the people that, you know, they're climbing mountains, they're zip lining, they're chasing waterfalls. I'm just lucky I got through my underwear without falling down. All right, you guys, have a great night. Aloha, get on safe.
What's that, man?
Keep it going for Morgan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
If you've been following the Comedy Simulator, you see the growth. You know that Morgan is just getting better and better. And it's so fun because he hosts the open mic in Kihei. He wasn't a comedian. He was doing a music open mic, and we rated his open mic. And I was like, oh, fuck it, I guess I do comedy now. I love that type of, the chutzpah, I believe it's called. Love it. One more time for Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, we have what I affectionately call the Musubi of comedy. He is adorable, but also a sex bomb in his own right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chuck Sauce, Chuck Thompson!
Oh, holy smokes, I think everyone at Paia is in this room tonight. How are we all feeling? I am also feeling woo. Fantastic. Give it up for this table over here. Buy them a drink. Okay. I'm Chuck Sauce. I'm so happy to be here tonight, especially going after two San Francisco comedians. Good. I'm not from San Francisco. I'm not from here either, spoiler alert. Whoa. But I have been to San Francisco, and I'll tell you something. That San is not short for sanitize. That sounds dirty, dude. San Francisco's gross, bro. San Francisco 49ers, you smell like you're living in the 49ers. Fucking gross, bro. That city has a miracle, though. They put soup into bread bowls. I never would have thought about that, you know? But why does it only work with soup? I put cereal in a bread bowl and someone thinks you're smoking meth. It's crazy. So I've been eating a lot of shrimp this week. My wife went on vacation 2 weeks ago, and she kind of treats it like a dog. She just buys like a lot of the same food and leaves it for me while she's gone. And so she was going away, and she's like, she knows how much I love shrimp. So she went to Walmart and just bought nothing but shrimp for me from Walmart, right? So I've been eating nothing but Walmart shrimp for like 2 weeks, right? And then she comes home yesterday, and she looked at the ceiling, and she's like, when did you put glow-in-the-dark stars everywhere? I'm not going anywhere. All right, it's new open mic night tonight, which is fantastic. I've been on it for a while now. It's a semen joke and it's hysterical. You're gonna get it in like 2 hours. You're definitely gonna get it in 2 hours. How are you guys killing bugs? How are you guys killing bugs in your house? You know, we live in America where my wife from Colorado came home with a gun, but to kill bugs. She has a gun to kill bugs. That is the most American thing ever. It's called assaulted, also very American. And you put salt in a gun, and then you shoot the bugs. I've just been using books. I'm killing little papa roaches. It was my last resort. I'm using the only book around me, a book I've never read, the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. Bam. You ever have cockroaches pop up while you're cooking dinner? You use whatever utensil you had and start killing the cockroaches? It's like Hawaiian whack-a-mole. You better hope you have a spatula. How you kill bugs directly depends on what's directly around you and what your mood is, right? Like, raise your hand if you've ever lit a centipede on fire. What kind of mood are you in if you light a centipede on fire? Yeah, dog, that's how forest fires start. Thank God there's no forests. Thank you, missionaries. I thank them every day. There used to be forests here, can't have forest fires. Thank you so much for cutting them down. I feel like cats are the missionaries of the island because they don't belong and they're killing all the native species. Aww. My neighbor saves birds and saves cats. I'm like, why bother? It's like donating to the government and to ISIS. What are we doing here? I house sat for that neighbor, and she was one of the neighbors that has like the live, laugh, love stuff in there. She has like pumpkin spice time is the right time, right? You go in and she's like fucking has like the worst sign ever, right? A meal without wine is called breakfast. No, Teresa, a meal without you is called enjoyable. She's the fucking worst, dude. We have tandem parking, and she drives a smart car, and she's the dumbest person I know. Because she takes up 5 spots in a smart car. A smart car, if you guys don't know this, because you guys are old enough to order alcohol, a smart car is my size. I can't take up 5 spots. I can't take up the A spot. I can't take up the B spot. I can't take up the C spot. I can't even take up the G spot. That's right. I'm celebrating 2 years being sober tonight. Actually, no, let me refresh that. Kaiser Permanente kicked me off health insurance 2 years ago. But I had a pop-up on my computer today for ADHD in adults, and I was like, nice try, computer. I hate it, dude. Life is so confusing. I saw a sign the other day that said, bicyclist, please use shoulders. How would that even work? My diet pills say take with food. Touche. All right, guys. We got one heck of a doozy here for you tonight. Thank you so much for all the comedians. Thank you so much for Chino. And from me to you, aloha!
Give it over to Chuck Sauce, Chuck Thompson. Keep it going for Chuck. He can still hear you, even if you can't see him. He can still hear you. Gotta raise my mic stand back up. All right. All right, who is next? Oh, I know who's next. Ladies and gentlemen, we just did a show last night in Parlay. Did anybody see Greg Wilson while he was out here? Yeah! How was Greg Wilson, by the way?
Awesome!
Fucking crazy, right? Crazy, right? We'll be bringing him out again. He normally comes out once a year. But we'll be doing shows pretty much monthly here, as well as the weekly mic, so keep your eyes peeled. We always got crazy talent coming through. But this next talent put on the show at Parlay. Does a monthly show there. Very, very talented young lass. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Rhonda Lee King!
Keep it going for Chino LaForge. We've had some important life moments here on the stage tonight. One young man came up and for the first time told a funny joke, Morgan. So the theme tonight is new jokes, right? New jokes. Are we actually willing to listen to some new jokes and what that entails? Okay. Because sometimes they're not good, was at the store and I saw that there was one stick of butter priced for $14. I was like, fuck that, I'll churn my own butter. So which category would that fall in? Of good joke or bad? Yeah, it's one of those good jokes that nobody laughs at. I like it. I like it. I was driving down the road the other day, and up ahead of me in the other lane, I saw a car driving with a little poodle sticking its head out the window. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And I pulled up closer, obviously, to get a better look at the poodle. And then as I'm pulling closer next to the car, a second poodle pokes its head out the window. And my first thought should have been, oh, that's cute. But that wasn't my first thought. My first thought was, why is that guy allowed to have 2 fucking poodles and I can't text while driving? Either those 2 poodles are a threat to society or I'm not. Right? Okay, which category does that joke fall into? You thumbs up? Okay, we got 1 thumbs up for the poodle joke. You approve. Okay, somebody at the bar that wasn't listening approved. Perfect. I think fighting in a relationship is important, right? That's what they say, right? Married couples, fighting in a relationship, isn't it important? Like learn how to communicate and all that. I think fighting is important in a relationship, and I should know because I'm divorced. Thank you. What even is that for? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think fighting is important in a relationship because ladies, I don't know if you're like this, I get all my best cleaning done when I'm pissed off. Yeah. Right? I can do the whole house top to bottom. You heard of spit shine, how about spite shine? Fuck you, motherfucker. Anyway. Another new joke. My boyfriend has been teaching me how to golf. I've been getting into it more. And a lot of friends are asking me, Rhonda, you're golfing? What's up with that? Why are you golfing? And that's kind of a hard question to answer. And I guess the best way to answer it is to pose a question to the ladies. Ladies, have you ever gotten dick so good you learn a new sport? And if you can't relate to that joke, has anyone in here or anyone's mothers picked up pickleball in the last year or 2? Because if you have, that means that your dad is still slanging it. All right, guys, I'm going to categorize that in the good joke section. My name is Rhonda Lee Pitts. Please put your hands back together for Chino LaFord.
Rhonda Lee Pitts, everyone. Keep it going for her. Reminding you that your dad's still throwing dick. Good for him. Good for him. I thought he wasn't the same since that knee surgery, but he's doing just fine. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage, he was the bullet opener for the show here last Thursday. Give it up for Cody Haig!
Yeah!
Hey, thank you. Nice to see you too. My girlfriend, she always tells me things like, if I had a couple drinks, she'd say, text me when you get home. You guys hear this? I say no. Yeah, I'll say I'll text you in the morning if I survive the night. Because if I die in a fiery car accident, don't you want like one last good night of sleep? Right? She agreed. Stop texting her, dude. Dude, look. Tomorrow's gonna be a tough day. You're gonna want to attack it well rested. Because if God forbid that is how you pass away, the last gift you get to give her is 8 more hours with a boyfriend. Cool. No, my girlfriend does not see it this way. She actually wants me to hear her death live. Any danger she's in, she calls me. She could be walking in a bad area or in between a bear and her cubs. I'm getting that call. But like, if it's between my music or everybody's music, it's kind of like the same reason I pee in pools. I'd rather swim in our pee than your pee, right? It's also why I fart on airplanes. Because this is some fat guy logic for you. If I'm the fattest guy in the row, I'll fart because I'm going to get blamed for the fart anyway. But if there's a fatter guy than me, I'll fart because he's going to get blamed. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I do bring a Bluetooth speaker to the beach, because I don't want to hear everybody else's music, so I'll just take my speaker. I got like this big Milwaukee job site speaker. I'll crank it up as high as I can, and I'll just play ocean sounds. It's very confusing to people. Cool, clapping. I'm gonna get off stage. Thank you.
Oh man, you guys just overwhelmed him with laughter. He was like, oh god, they don't normally go for it like this. No. One more time for Cody Heck. Hilarious. Good job, buddy. Great stuff. In consideration for comic of the night. Speaking of, I'm going to walk around with the tip bucket. If you guys want to contribute to the comic of the night fund, which is our tip bucket, go ahead and throw some in. Don't feel pressured. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. I'm only going to remember it forever. Also want to give a shout out to our YouTube watchers. We got Cole and a couple of weirdos. Banshee69.
Banshee Dude.
Banshee Dude?
Yep.
Banshee Dude? For real? That's
Yep.
a fucking name? Alright, what's up? Happy birthday or whatever the shit. Yeah, we got people watching. That never happens. Give it up for our online presence. Finally, you can Google me and find something other than my criminal record. Coming up to the stage, very funny comic and my gym buddy. Give it up for Shahane Nelson!
Hello. My name is Shane Nelson, and just so you know wherever you are, we all fart on planes, dude. It's a pressure thing. You get up on the plane, you go up, your tummy fills with fart. We're all farting, right, ladies? Ladies, you made a lot of noise when someone mentioned the G-spot tonight. That was the loudest your table got tonight. I'm sorry. I've been eating a lot of asparagus lately, and it's crazy when you eat a lot of asparagus how weird it makes your pee taste. Right? I was on the mainland and I was in a restaurant, and there was a sign in the restaurant that said, "We don't call 911." And then there was a picture of a gun. And I was like, man, I hope I don't have a heart attack. They're like, this man is dying, get a gun. Normally I try not to look at notes, but I wrote most of these today. Jackson and I, we were sitting back. You see Chuck? Everyone look at Chuck real quick. Notice we're wearing the same shirt. Well, I was once sitting there, and Jackson and I are like dogs, dude. Whenever someone walks by, we're both like, looking around. All right. This next one's I'm scared of, dude. Could you imagine being a turtle? Lots of turtles are hatching right now, especially in McKenna. There's lots of turtle runs, is what they call it, turtle runs, which sounds like turtle diarrhea. It's not. Turtle runs is where a bunch of eggs are laid in one spot. They all hatch at the same time they go out. And attention at the bar, I'm about to do a turtle impression. They actually got really quiet for that. I imagine like hatching as a newborn turtle's a lot like being a soldier on D-Day. You know, like on D-Day, there's the Higgins boat. We all know the Higgins boat, right? That square boat. Jesus. Okay, when you go home tonight, watch Band of Brothers. There's 10 episodes, they're an hour long, you got time. Leg, my leg! And the turtles are going across, just like they're in Normandy, but they're in McKenna on Maui. The turtles are going across, just like they're in Normandy, but they're in McKenna on Maui. And then they finally make it to the ocean. Like after this hell, living hell of war, the turtles, they make it to the ocean and they're like, oh, it's not over? Like now we have to finish the rest of World War II. We need to make it to the eagle's nest, if you will. That's why I think turtles live so long is because that first day fucking sucks, dude. Like if you go through a day like that, like think about this. Every D-Day soldier that like, there's a bunch of dudes that like, they all live to be like 100. Like everyone who survived D-Day, they lived to be 100. They go back to Normandy, they're like, oh, I was here 90 years ago. I fought on these beaches, it was hell. It's the same thing, like that's why turtles, they're like, oh man, I remember when I went across this beach 100 years ago. My brother Jim, he lost his leg. And now you have to.
He doesn't like competition.
And now you have to.
He doesn't like competition. Shane Nelson. Strong opinions. I like that. Strong opinions. That's a stance. You ready, sir? Ladies and gentlemen, no, you're not seeing two. This next comic is a younger version of Shane. And it looks, but not material, very different jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, get it up for Jackson. Bye-bye.
Very different comedian. Shane brought the whole crowd together, and I'm just gonna single you two, because you guys left before I got to do my bits to you like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I gotta change half my set, this sucks. No, you guys had skateboards right up front, and they kept falling over like skateboards do. They do, it's not their fault, they just fall. But, yeah, no, do you guys bomb hills at all? Yeah. You guys eat shit bombing hills before? Yeah. I knocked myself out for like over 5 minutes one time. I was bombing a hill and it went whoop. I was out. And woke up being put in the gurney. And yeah, it was a great time. I got brought to the hospital. I got the whole 9. I was in and out of consciousness the whole time. And I woke up at one point, and I was getting an ultrasound to see if I had any internal bleeding. And I woke up to that. And I looked at the doctor, and I looked at my dad standing in the doorway. I looked back at the doctor, and I go, Doc, am I pregnant? Yeah, he didn't react like that. Would have been a lot cooler if he did. Whatever. I grew up in New England, and there was a Burger King near me that got busted for selling weed if you just asked for extra crispy French fries at the drive-thru. Yeah, I was already like out of high school when I heard about this. I was like, where the fuck was this 4 years ago? I got weed the old-fashioned way. Like I couldn't look right for like 3 weeks after trying to buy a cube. I just got robbed. Alright, I got two. Keep that one, it's new material night. I love my dad, guys, but he is a white construction worker from New England. So he's like accidentally racist sometimes, and I still love him, you know? Like he took me out for a birthday dinner one time at a Chinese restaurant. And it was going great. He was ordering. He was like, yeah, we'll get the General Tso's chicken, we'll get the beef and broccoli, and then we'll get the puffer rice. And my eyes darted up like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And she just took it in stride and was like, yeah, okay, of course, and left. And then he didn't see my first eye, so I gave him the second eyes of like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he looked back at me like a dog that just pooped on the carpet right behind him. And his first words was, I didn't even mean to, it just came out. It's like, that doesn't excuse it, but fuck, you're gonna make me eat spit. He was also, like, I was born in 2000, but my dad still bought me candy cigarettes as a kid. Thank you, Dan. That's what got you in the military, was candy cigarettes. But they tasted great. And back when he was first getting me them, like, the Surgeon General had good things to say, you know? Like, smoking while pregnant might make your kid dumb. Like, that made sense. And now, it just says, quitting now makes it easier. Thanks, asshole. That's like telling fat people to eat less before Ozempic. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I think, fuck, I didn't want to leave you guys on this, but I only have a minute left. The only way that we can fix smoking cigarettes as much. Like, other countries have tried putting, super gore pictures on cigarette packs, and it doesn't work. We gotta put child porn on cigarette packs, guys. Then you really don't want to get caught with a pack. Let alone a fucking carton, guys. That's a whole nother offense. All right, and child porn is where I'm gonna leave you guys. Have a good night. Thank you very much.
Is it still illegal if it's being watched by a child? No, sure. A little thought for you. Don't think about it. Don't think at all. Stop thinking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the stage was our roast battle champion for the year. Also had his own headlining show last month. Went very well, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Joel Ewing!
Everybody, please keep it going for our amazing host, Gina LaPorte. This guy's awesome. He really does a whole lot for us. I got a whole bunch of new material tonight. I'm trying to get through it. The other day, I found myself urgently having to go to the bathroom. I had to shit bad. And when I say bad, I mean like third trimester crowning bad. And I went into the Safeway bathroom, and there were two stalls. One was out of order, completely non-functional, and the other one was locked. So I had a moment where I knocked on the stall, urgently trying to go, and I got no response. So I let it go. I walked back out of the bathroom and I started to pace, right? If you stay still too long, you'll end up shitting your pants. So I ended up going back in there, very frustrated, and I'm like, yo, dude, listen, I'm about to pop. I need you to get out of there now if you can, all right? Do me a solid. No response. Now I'm mad. Now I'm livid. And I start pounding on the door. And I'm like, listen to me, you motherfucker, I need you to get off this toilet. I will fucking massacre you. Right? Still no response. So I take it upon myself in my urgency to peek under the stall, and I see a wheelchair and a pair of, I don't know, kids' 6 shoes hanging off the toilet. So I left. I ran outside to my truck. My keys were on my side, and I looked at my buddy. I was like, start the car. Go. We got to get out of here, man. We got to go. But yeah, I shit my pants in the truck. Much rather fall on that sword, let me tell you what. Yelling at a disabled child in the bathroom? Come on, man, I'd go to jail. I have a new addiction. I have become addicted to buying things off of Facebook Marketplace. Yes. I don't know what happened in my childhood for this to be the result of that trauma, but I was on Facebook Marketplace the other day and I found a glass eagle for sale, hand-blown glass eagle, for $15. And I messaged her, I was like, I have to have that. Clearly, my life will cease if I don't own this glass eagle. And I messaged her, I said, I will give you $10 right now for that thing. And she's like, you know, she messaged me back, she said, it was my mother's. You know, she passed, we're just kind of cleaning out the house of old knickknacks. I guess $10 is okay. So I drove to Eddie Tam Field, I met on. I'm like, hey, my food is wrong. I ordered a chicken sandwich, you gave me a fucking Big Mac. They're like, okay, cool, here's an apple pie, we'll call it good. The other day I was in the McDonald's bathroom and I saw that an elderly gentleman had fallen and hit his head. And he was bleeding on the floor of the McDonald's bathroom. And I said, sir, stay right here. I'll be happy to help you. Hey man, if you want, they'll definitely hook you up with an apple pie for this, for sure. I can make that happen for you. Is that they're all allergic to gluten, weirdly enough. And then none of them ever text me back, right, at first. And there's this woman that I want to hang out with, right? I really want to spend time with her. And I sent her a message the other day. I thought, you know, I just cut through all the bullshit. I go, hey, do you fuck with gluten? And she goes, yeah, actually, I love gluten. And I go, really? Sick, marry me. And she's like, yeah, she married me. I got married, guys, isn't that awesome? Yeah, we formed a power couple and now we're all about getting this bread. Yeah! I'm joking, okay? She left me on red and probably thinks I'm autistic. Anyway, my name's Joel Hewins, that's my time. You guys have been awesome. Give it up for your host, Tino LaForge.
Give it over to Joel Hewins, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody who contributed to the tip jar. We appreciate it. I'll be splitting the community tonight. And those who didn't can suck it. No, I'm joking. No, thank you so much. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause for making this open mic successful. This is not what comedy open mics look like across the nation. They're terrifying, sad, depressing environments where people scream into the void and nobody cares. You guys are actually here listening, participating, maybe getting laid. I'm stoked for you. Like this is what comedy is supposed to be right here. So give it up for yourselves one time for making Monday nights awesome. I almost said make Mondays cool again. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But thank you for doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, your next comic has just returned to us from Iraq. And I'm so happy to see him because I was afraid I wasn't going to. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bashar! Okay, buddy.
Keep it going for Chino, guys. It is good to be here. Thank you guys for showing up, supporting. I did just come back from Iraq, and people ask me how things are over there. Things are actually great, but I still tell people it's horrible. You know, I just like sympathy. And just fake apologies like, oh, sorry what we did to your country. I kind of do the same thing to Europeans now. I was just in Europe and I see these Europeans and I'm like, sorry about all these migrants. So yeah, I was just at home and going through my father's library. I see some of my grandfather's book that I've actually never met, and I see this book about yoga, and it's from the '60s, right? So here I am doing all this hard shit, doing martial arts and stuff, trying to live up to my what I thought tough grandfather. Right, but he was rocking his Lululemons in the '60s, so. Okay, here's an experience that I had. My brother asked me to join him, and I was like, I got to. And I don't know if you guys heard, you know what a hammam is, but it's a bathhouse. So I go to this Iraqi bathhouse, and it's nothing like having another adult dude, in my case, bathing you, right? And I feel like the guy, like he was just, to explain that I was sitting down and they scrub you up and down. And I just feel that's like peak straightness there, right? And he was just, I'm like trying not to lock eyes, not trying to look at him. He's just like roughing me out, right? But here I am. Okay, interesting fact about how I was trying to get an Uber there, and we have a similar thing. It's called Kareem, but you can actually haggle. Like you would order and something, and then you send them another price. There we go. Okay, so my parents are living in Iraq right now, and I was kind of worried. I was like, why don't you guys come back? We have all these services. Anything happen, you can call, 911 and stuff. And my mom was like, no, we actually have that here too. I was like, what is the number? She's like 911. All right. So I guess we're also not forgetting for different reasons though. Okay. We're still September, right? We're still.
Tis the season.
Okay. I felt like opening up to my parents about trauma. I just remember this one time that I got my ass whooped by my dad, and he was like, "Well, do you remember why?" Right? And I do remember why. I actually used to steal money from my dad to go play video games. So I guess some trauma is good, right? I would argue some of you need more trauma. Okay, this is just a PSA, I guess. So I just renewed my passport before I traveled, and being Iraqi, you want to have all the odds with you when you're going through the airport. So I have like this big smile on my trying to be as friendly as I can going through the airport. But I didn't know going through the inspection part, you actually have to look exactly like the picture. So I'm like late for my fucking flight, and this guy is like, no, you need to, he doesn't speak, he's like, you need to do this. And I was like, just like nervously smiling at him. Everything went smooth in these airports though. I did get randomly selected 3 times. The third time, I swear to God, the third time the TSA guy,
3 times?
well, different, I flew for a while, so the TSA guy was like, you're randomly selected, and I just had this big smile, and he looked at me